Have you ever used a word thinking it was correct, only to find out later that it meant something completely different? Today, I'll share 10 commonly misused words in English so you can avoid embarrassing mistakes and sound more confident. Let's get started. First up, affect versus effect. Affect is a verb that means to influence something. For example, the weather can affect my mood. On the other hand, effect is a noun meaning the result of an action. Like, the new policy had a positive effect on the company. Next, compliment versus compliment. Compliment, as a noun or verb, is a polite expression of praise. For instance, she gave me a nice compliment on my dress. Compliment, however, is something that enhances or completes. For example, the red wine perfectly complements the steak. Now, principal versus principal. Principal can be either a noun or an adjective and refers to a person of authority or something that is main or most important. An example would be, the school principal gave a speech today. Principle, on the other hand, is a fundamental belief or rule, like honesty is an important principle in life. Up next, stationery versus stationary. Stationary, spelled with Anna, means not moving. For example, the car remained stationary at the traffic signal. Stationery, spelled with an E, refers to writing materials like paper and pens. Like, I bought some new stationery for my office. Then we have ensure versus insure. Ensure means to make sure something happens. For example, I will ensure that the project is completed on time. Insure means to protect financially, like insurance. For instance, you should insure your house against damage. Desert versus desert is next. Desert, spelled with ones, is a dry, barren area. For example, the Sahara is the largest desert in the world. Dessert, spelled with twos, is a sweet dish eaten after a meal. Like, chocolate cake is my favorite dessert. Next, emigrate versus immigrate. Emigrate means to leave one's own country to settle in another. Like, she emigrated from India to Canada in 2015. Immigrate means to move into a new country. For example, many people immigrate to the USA for better opportunities. Farther versus further is up next. Farther refers to a greater physical distance. For example, the train station is farther than I expected. Further refers to a greater degree or extent that's not physical. Like, she wants to further her career in marketing. Now, infer versus imply. Infer means to deduce or conclude from information. For example, from his tone I can infer that he was upset. Imply means to suggest something indirectly. Like, she didn't say it directly, but she implied that she was unhappy. Lastly, economic versus economical. Economic pertains to the economy. For example, the country is facing an economic crisis. Economical means cost-effective or not wasteful. Like, buying in bulk is more economical than buying single items. Did you find any of these words surprising? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more English learning videos. See you next time.